Alrighty, so I'm a little bit late to this, but honestly, there's been a weird, it's been a weird time for leaks in the community because one of the original leakers kind of got shut down, and more recently, one of the other leakers that has been like the guy that I've been going to for a while, as far as like he updates like a Google Drive and stuff like that for like assets of the game and everything, which is really nice for me for just thumbnails and stuff like that. But he's been leaking stuff, and apparently he has been shut down as well. So it's kind of a weird moment, I guess, like in the leakosphere, whatever you want to call it. But either way, there have been new images sort of surfaced. I don't know how true they are. I don't know when they'll come to the game, if they even do. Of course, take it all with a little bit of a grain of salt because it's leaks after all. Some of it could be made up. Some of it could be just photoshopped. Who knows? But we got a couple of interesting things to go over here. I'm a little bit late, like I said. I know that at least two other people that I've seen have made videos on this stuff. If not today, then yesterday. But first off, we have the new Arthur set, which you can see by the skills that this is for. That he's using the green base Arthur. And it's funny because I know that this isn't fake, because this set right here has been in the game for almost forever. Like this set right here, the icons for it and everything, like of it being on the mannequin, like you would buy it out of the cosmetic shop, that PNG has been in the game, like in the game files since the game came out, pretty much. Like I don't know if it was like there on day one or anything, but within the first couple of months of the game it got data mined, and people found out that this was going to be a set at some point, and it just never came out. I don't know what the point of them holding on to this is. I don't know. I mean, honestly, it looks really dark and sinister. It looks like it could be a final boss outfit, which would be really, really cool, but I don't think that they've really tried to move final bosses in a direction for anything other than the sins, the commandments, and now obviously we're doing the archangels. So I don't know necessarily where Arthur would fit in, because he's not a holy knight, unless they just did a random sort of, final boss Arthur, which, I mean, they've done the final boss, like, trio of danger, whatever they call themselves, the Hauser, Griamore, and Gilthunder one, and then they did the Dreyfus and, what's the other guy's name? Dreyfus and Hendrickson one, and, wasn't there one more? There was a Jericho and Gila. Well, now that you mention it, there probably could end up adding just a regular Arthur one at some point. But I don't know. This outfit looks fantastic. I've never actually seen it like on a model in game before. I've only ever seen that mannequin PNG where it's literally just on like the wooden mannequin before. But the sword has like a really cool, like, I don't know, dark fog effect around it, which is kind of cool. I really like that. Second of all, my man over here sitting on 1 billion diamonds, which is just almost 2 billion diamonds, which is just, my man been saving up. But either way, I'm sure this is like a test account or some weird thing that they got their hands on somehow. But moving on from that one, the next thing that we have to go over is the Chaos Fragment, which is probably the one that I have, like, understand the least, because it's material required to use for, material required to use Chaos of Constellations, which we have constellations in the game, and Chaos is definitely something that is like a I don't know, a relevant piece of info, like, or I don't know what to actually call it. It's not, I don't think it's a tangible thing, but Chaos is something that sort of comes into play at the very end of the show. And, I don't know, there's weird stuff there if you don't want to be spoiled, but I really don't know if this is supposed to be like they're adding a new constellation at the very end of it, or if there's going to be some, I don't know, new set of constellations. I really don't know at all on this one, but Chaos Fragment seems very interesting. The fact that it's a material, the ones that we have in the game right now, of course, just use GP, which is not a tangible item. You get it whenever you upgrade stuff or acquire new things or whatever the case may be there, so it's not an actual item that sits in your inventory. So not sure if this is something that they kind of messed with and kind of scrapped already, or this is something that they've yet to implement or are thinking about or whatever, because it's an actual item, material item, and you can sell it for whatever reason. So definitely interesting on that one. I have no idea if you have any theories or anything. I guess feel free to let me know. But the last three that we have here are pretty interesting stuff. So I kind of figured at some point they would probably expand on the Holy Relic system. I wasn't super positive that they were going to do outfits and cosmetics and everything for Holy Relics as well, but as you can see here, this is used to enhance Holy Relic weapon. There's one for enhancing Holy Relic cosmetic item, and then there's one for outfit as well, and they're actually kind of themed around the cosmetic upgrades that we already have. So this is Shining Fabric, this one is Entrancing Perfume, this one is Magnificent Component. So they all have similarities to the upgrade materials that we already have in the game, but very, very interesting. I'm not sure if they're gonna make it like when they originally added, upgrading cosmetics, where there's just a bar at the bottom of it. You have to put 30 cosmetic upgrades into an outfit or whatever. If it's UR rarity, I would imagine it's probably going to be somewhat similar. Like they'll probably add a bar at the bottom of the Holy Relic. I imagine it'll just probably add more stats, because I really would doubt that upgrading a Holy Relic would give it any more like passive numbers or anything. Like if, say, the Holy Relic is like regular base Arthur, his Holy Relic puts a debuff on the enemy that lowers their defense related stats or whatever by like 20% or something. I don't know if it's quite that high, I can't remember exactly, but if it's that, I really doubt it would increase like the amount that it would, the effect would do. Like it wouldn't add any more like 25% defense related stats or 30% defense related stats. I really doubt that's the case. But I could see it definitely adding adding more stats to the character, because that's definitely something I could see them sort of, they're already getting towards, I guess, like a bottleneck to where we're at the perfect level 100. We're at Super Awakening 6. So like you have the 6, purple pink stars. I don't know. I could definitely see them adding more levels than anything, like going to 110, 120, whatever the case may be there, because all that is a matter of them just adding a new demon or whatever as we get through more of the story or whatever. Like I could see them making it to where you fight the Demon King or whatever to gain materials for, level 110 or 120 or 125 or something like that even. I don't know, but I'm assuming as new characters and stuff like that come out, I highly doubt we're at the end of the line where there's just no more, upgrades or anything like that, which is honestly not great to say, because it takes so long to power up characters. You got to sit on so many materials and stuff like that when a new character comes out, so that way you can max them out as soon as you get them. I don't know, like you got to worry about levels, so you got to get demon materials and awakening materials, which awakening materials are not really a big deal anymore because we have the awakening stars, but you got to have an awakening star, you got to have super awakening coins to super awaken the character, you got to have cosmetic upgrades, you got to buy the cosmetics, you got to do all this stuff whenever a new character comes out, and it is awful. It is so tedious and annoying. I'm really hoping that there's not a whole lot more that they are going to make you do to each character, or at least they need to somehow lighten the load on that and make it easier to upgrade characters at some point, if they're going to keep adding new stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Holy Relic weapons, Holy Relic cosmetic items. I'm definitely interested because, the way that they've made the Holy Relic weapons look at this point, all of them have like really cool and unique effects on them, and they all look, great. Whether the effect on them or not is good is definitely a different conversation. But the looks of the weapons in general just look really great. So I'm definitely interested. I don't know exactly what they would do for cosmetic items like the haircuts, but I could definitely see the outfits and stuff like that being really cool. Most of the weapons and stuff have like a really nice, like they're all like named after like Ragnarok stuff, like Norse mythology sort of things. So I don't know if they're gonna run out of names or just end up reusing stuff or whatever the case may be, but I'm definitely interested to see how they look and what kind of bosses and stuff like that we're going to end up, seeing, I guess, later on to get these things. But it's a weird time. I'm interested. They've got my attention. I just hope that it's not, too crazy. I'm still looking for the dogs to get a little bit easier for sure before I even worry about trying to get new holy relics. I don't even know how they would, work it in. Like, I don't know how cosmetic holy relics and outfit holy relics would they give you another passive? Are you gonna have, if you've got an archangel character who already has a grace, a passive, a weapon holy relic, then they'll get an outfit holy relic, and then they'll get a cosmetic holy relic. That would be 5 different passives on a character. I would imagine they probably won't add passives for every single one of these. That would be insane. If they do, I mean, it could be really cool. I'm really disappointed so far with how the regular weapon holy relics have sort of impacted the older units in the game. Every now and then you get a really good holy relic for an old unit, but a lot of them are really big letdowns. They don't end up bringing the character back into the meta. They're sort of cliche. They're, non-important holy relics that you kind of wait and just get whenever you have an excess of materials or whatever. So I really do hope that they have the plans to sort of add more holy relic options, and I really do hope that they sort of use this as a way to actually buff old units, because they could use it. Some of the old units are real bad, and they're just going to sit in the box and get real dusty. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this kind of stuff. Like I said, I know that it's already kind of been talked about a little bit, but I would love to hear what you guys think, because it's definitely interesting. I know that there's already a ton of stuff to grind and worry about in this game, especially with as many characters as there are and stuff. I'm sure late game players probably don't have as much of an issue with new things getting added, because it just gives you more of a new goal or whatever to work towards, maybe. But I don't know. The game seems to be, they have plans, I guess, to have longevity. Like, I don't think the game's going to be over with anytime soon. I would imagine it's probably still got another year or two or more, depending on how they play their cards. But I don't know. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one.